The season that is a complete nightmare for the Toronto Raptors continues and continues and continues, and it just won't stop. It will not stop. It is like a bad dream that you can't wake up from. It is a complete nightmare. Nightly, we are losing by 20 plus. Now we hold down a 48-point loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Not that we expected to win this game or be competitive in this game, but Lee, G's and P's, man. When are we going to get some sort of just like a break? 15 straight losses for the man, them. Absolute, man, I don't even have the words to describe how bad this is. This is a season that started off with some optimism and promise that turned into, hey, man, we still got optimism. We just need to figure out how to get the man them going. Then it turned into a season of, man, this is bad. We need to make some trades. Then it turned into, man, we like these new guys. Maybe we have something here. Then it turned into just dark and grim and just ugly and a bad dream that it just turned into a nightmare. Guys, I can't even lie to y'all. I cannot watch a complete game of the Raptors for like a month. It's been a while since I could watch like a complete game of the Raptors. And I'm trying. I'm trying, yo. But there's no way in my good conscience, in my good heart, that I could tell anybody to go out there and watch a full game of the Raptors just getting slapped, yo. Getting slapped. And I know, like, yo, bro, the way that these games start, you're like, yo, maybe the Raptors can, but yo, I said this like 3 weeks ago. Like, it just feels like teams are just kind of feeling like this is a cupcake team, which we are right now. Call a spade a spade, 100%. It is what it is. But teams are feeling this way, yo, Raptors are a cupcake. We can just kind of ease into this, and once we're ready to turn up, it's a wrap. And this is what's happening nightly. Nightly. And guy, remember when I was saying, I'm like, yo, who is number whoever? Like, there's another one. I was like, number 35. Who is number 35? Malik Williams, 10-day contract. Like, yo, these are the guys that we're bringing in because we have mans doing bozo things like Jonte Porter. I'm sorry, I don't mean to call mans like a disrespecting, but bro, you have an opportunity to play in the NBA and you catch yourself up in a scandal. I'm not even going into this because true say, man, them should be like innocent until proven guilty. But for the fact that you find yourself in this mess of a situation when, guy, Jonte Porter was on track to like make the roster for next year. Make the roster, at least be in training camp and have a chance to battle for a spot. Maybe you get a two-way deal or something. You know what I'm saying? If they didn't already sign him. I don't know what the contract situation is because for me, it's hard for me to like really follow this team until the season's over. Then I'll see where we are from a salary perspective and a roster perspective in terms of who's signed to what contracts, right? I know Emmanuel quickly is on a restricted deal. We're going to get that done. That's the main thing that I'm thinking about right now. Outside of, man, the Raptors are executing this tank to perfection. And thank you to the Memphis Grizzlies for winning games. Yo, the Grizzlies are doing us a solid, y'all. They're doing us a solid. Real talk, because now we are 3 games in front of the Grizzlies for the 6th best odds to land a top draft pick in the upcoming draft. And I'm not going to just sit here and regurgitate all the stuff that we've been talking about for the last month because we can't talk about the basketball product on the court. Like, half of these guys ain't going to be here. Half of them. Real talk. For like the most diehard of diehard Raptors fans right now, if you are like really sitting down and like planning your day around watching the Raptors right now, Congratulations to you. Congratulations to you. Because man's like me, I can't. I'm keeping it real with y'all. I got a YouTube channel. Thank you for y'all that are tuning in. Please like, subscribe, share, all that stuff. Get the algorithm so other man them can go and ladies can catch the video. But anyways, bro, I can't do it. I really can't, dog. I'm literally like doing other things like past the first quarter because like the first quarter is really like the Raptors where they come out and they're like kind of in the game still. Then by halftime, it's a wrap. It is literally a wrap. Oh my God. Like Malik Williams literally had probably the worst game you can have as a pro. A pro. Like the worst game you can have. But like, this guy's got to go up against Rudy Gobert and Nas Reed in his first game for the Raptors. In his first game. He even started in this game. You ask a man to come off the street. Now, and mind you, I'm just using that as like a not hypothetical, but you know what I'm saying? He didn't like literally come off the street. He was in the G League and all that, right? But dog basically came in off the street trying to go up against what the three-time defensive player of the year. This guy was shook. Seen him shooting air balls from three. Man got dunked on putbacks. It was bad, yo. It was bad. But shout out to the Grizzlies, man, because really and truly, right now, the Raptors just need to find out when the draft lottery. Not find out, but we need to make our way to the draft lottery, like ASAP. ASAP. Speaking of that, when is the draft lottery? When is the NBA draft lottery? Because really and truly, this is a like I talked about just now about Raptors fans that are like still planning their day around watching the Raptors, and I just can't do it. The next thing that I'll be like outside of the NBA playoffs, obviously, well, I'll be tuning in because that's what we're gonna do. But like literally, May 12th. May 12th is the date that we all need to circle on our calendars. We need to circle that day because that's going to be the day when we will know whether we have a real opportunity to take another step forward as a franchise. A real opportunity. Now, I know that there's a lot of people downplaying the draft, saying that this is a weak draft and all of that. I don't care. I don't care about that. Because here's the thing that I find with all these analysts and stuff putting out mock drafts, here, this, and whatever. Do you remember the year that we drafted Scotty Barnes? Everybody was saying, go and get Jalen Suggs. Jalen Suggs is the player that's going to be drafted at number 4. He's the one that's going to really help the Raptors. Now, in retrospect, it's not that I want to put down Jalen Suggs. I would love to have Jalen Suggs on my team. But not over Scotty Barnes. Not over Scotty Barnes. Not even close. So what I need right now is the Raptors scouting team and front office to do the Bill Belichick. Do your job. Do your job. Find the right guy in the draft who's going to be the guy. Because at this point, we can basically say they made the best draft pick out of that draft. Now, mind you, it could still be up for debate because I think Franz Wagner is in there, but he is not Scotty Barnes, okay? There was Evan Mobley in there. Some people say that he might be. In my opinion, he's not Scotty Barnes. Cade Cunningham, now that's a guy that I think could possibly be better than what he's shown so far in the NBA, playing for a Detroit franchise that, mind you, has just embarrassed us on a few different occasions. They've embarrassed us. But, like, at the same time, Like he's had injury issues, and that team has just not had anything close to, a competitive squad since that draft. You know what I mean? So we need that to happen. We need that to happen ASAP. Obviously, May 12th will come when May 12th comes, but that's when we go know. Because, this team, let's keep it real, man. Let's keep it real. All right? Remember when Pat Bev came out and said, like, the Raptors have no dogs? Like, if Siakam and OG were in a dark alley, like, he's not scared, you know? And then they asked him about it after the trade, OG going to the Knicks, and he was basically saying Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson were dogs, so that's gonna help OG, and that the Raptors got some pups. Do you remember that in relation to IQ and RJ Barrett? Here's the thing, man. He's not all the way wrong on that. And I got on him when he said it because I was being a real Raptors fan. I was being a real Raptors fan. But here's the deal. He ain't wrong, bro. He is not wrong. And I'm sorry, Raptors fans, if you don't want to hear this, yo. We need dogs, yo. Dogs. Real dogs on this squad. And you can tell who they are when they speak, how they carry themselves on the court. The alpha males, you know what I'm saying? The alphas. Those are the type of players that we need to bring in here. I have no problem with the guys that we have. I'm not going to take it as a slight or a disrespect that you called RJ and IQ a pup. It is what it is. But Siakam ain't a dog. You know what I'm saying? The rest of the players that we had on the squad at the time, no real dogs. Scotty Barnes could potentially be a dog, but sometimes I think Scotty Barnes, I think from a maturity level, respectfully, I think from a maturity level, he's going to have to learn a few things. And then we'll start seeing the dog in Scotty Barnes. You know what I'm saying? Just in terms of like that pouting and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to see none of that. Dogs don't pout. Dogs pounce, bro. And that's what we need on this squad. So when the draft lottery comes around and the basketball gods bless us with a top 6 pick in the upcoming draft, I hope that this front office and the scouting team are doing their job to find a dog. Where are my dogs at in the upcoming draft? Because we need them here in Toronto. We losing by 48. 48. On this losing streak, we're losing by an average of 20 plus. Now, mind you, I know the guys aren't out there. There's injuries and all that. But even before that, we were losing games. Y'all ain't tired of that? Come on, man. Come on, man. Like during the week, I look forward to like watching Raptors basketball after, I'm saying, like, get the kids together, everybody ate dinner, I clean up my kitchen, you know what I'm saying? I just want to just lay low for the night, watch the Raptors game. Bro, the Raptors, I can't. I cannot. I cannot watch this team as currently constructed. Now, I know that even if we somehow just get out of this top 6, then we got to give our pick to the Spurs, and we still have our draft pick like later in the draft and everything. I know that we'll still be a better team next year than this, just for the fact if we can get a healthy Scotty Barnes, healthy Jakob Pertl, healthy RJ Barrett, healthy Emmanuel Quickly, another year of growth, another summer of growth from Grady Dick. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's guys here that are pieces to what we want to do. Maybe Ochai Abaji continue to develop his game out a little bit. Kelly Olynyk, a solid piece coming off the bench as a big. There's still some much left to be desired at the center position in terms of what I'm looking for. But at the end of the day, the Malik Williams of the world, the DJ Cartons of the world, I forget the other youth's name. No disrespect, yo. But like, y'all ain't gonna be on the team. And you want to know what hurts even more than that? That we got to sit back and watch Malachi Flynn go and drop 50 points on the Hawks last night for the Pistons, bro. Come on, G. Oh, congratulations to Malachi, man. Congratulations to Malachi. Oh, yo, Malachi Flynn, man. Who would have thunk this guy would have had a 50-point game in the NBA? Not me, guy. Not me at all. Yo, I'm looking at some of the stats. They're saying that he's average. He has the lowest points per game average going into the night where a player has scored 50 points, yo. The lowest ever. He's also the third player ever to ever score 50 off the bench, yo. Absolute mayhem. Absolute mayhem. My mind is guy. Now, mind you, remember, yo, I was saying, I'm like, yo, on the last episode, I'm like, yo, Malachi Flynn has looked okay in a Detroit Pistons jersey. Because I'm paying attention to what's going on around the league. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Raptors are my team, but I'm paying more attention now. Now that the Raptors are just like, dumpster fire over there. So I'm like, yo, Malachi's been playing okay, but guy, there's no way I thought this guy would have had a 50-point game. A 30-point game, sure, that could happen from time to time. You know what I mean? You get hot, especially with the 3-point line and everything, you know? But a 50 piece? Wow. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. And then we got we don't know who's playing for us, man. It's real ugly. It's real ugly who's playing, but like the product that we got out on the floor right now for the Raptors, you know? But at some point, at some point, the Raptors got to get some dogs on this roster. Like some real dogs, yo. Real dogs. Now, if Raptors fans, you feel offended on what I'm saying, I feel you. You know, maybe maybe you think, oh, Bonji's a dog. Maybe you think R.J. Barrett's a dog or Emmanuel Quickly's a dog, and those guys. Listen, those guys are good, solid players. Those guys are good, solid players, but they don't strike the fear in you. They don't strike the fear in you. Scotty Barnes, on certain nights, he might strike the fear in the opponents. Real talk. NBA players know. You know? Maybe the fans, NBA fans, don't watch the Raptors play as much, so they're not paying attention to what Scotty Barnes be doing. They just might look at the stat sheet and be like, yo, he's kind of doing things in different categories. But when you watch the game, Scotty Barnes has nice, or his whole demeanor looks like he got that dog in him. His whole demeanor looks like that. And then there's other nights where it looks like he the pup, respectfully, where you're pouting and you know what I'm saying, you're carrying on. Like, bro, can't have that, bro. Can't have that. And I think as time goes on, as now he is now the undisputed face of this franchise, that'll change. That'll change. It has to change. But one thing and one thing for sure that I want in this upcoming draft for the Raptors, if the basketball gods bless us in the draft lottery, is a dog. Where my dogs at, man? So, anyways, that's it for today, man. I'm not doing too much of this because I don't know. I'm kind of just waiting for the season to end, doc. I was waiting I cannot do that. I'm waiting for the playoffs. I'm waiting for the playoffs, right? I don't know who's gonna be like what the matchups are gonna end up being, but man, the East and the West look like there could be some solid first round matchups that can go either way. There's gonna be some higher seeds that get knocked off, at least one or two. When I say higher seeds, I'm talking about 1 to 4. Now, actually, not 1 to 4. Let's not do that. Okay, 2 to 4. Denver's not getting knocked out. Well, you want to know what? In the Western Conference, man, it could get gully. It could get gully, right? Like, for example, if you have OKC, they are a game back right now, but if you have OKC or Minnesota in that top spot and they got to go up against the Suns, like playoff Devin Booker, playoff Kevin Durant, that is going to be a hell of a series. Now, mind you, you got to deal with Ant, but Karl Anthony Towns, are you going to come back and are you going to be this fit in seamlessly to what the man have been doing in your absence? That could be a knockout. I think Boston's probably the only team that's not going to get knocked out. Like, doesn't have any chance to get knocked out in that first round. Like, there's no playing team that's going to beat the Boston Celtics unless possibly the Heat somehow drop down to an AC. So that's situational. But we'll have to see. There'll be other videos that I'll do on that as we get closer to the playoffs. But right about now, man, we are on a 15-game losing streak. We got the Bucks coming up. Probably another L. Now I know the Bucks have lost a couple of games that they should have won recently, most notably last night against Memphis. Shout out to Memphis, dog. Appreciate you. But like, bruh, they're not gonna let that happen again. They're not gonna let that happen again. It's basically gonna be 16 straight losses. I'm not. I ain't even gonna hold you, dog. And then we have, I believe, the Wizards. Now that is our opportunity. We need RJ in the lineup, and we need IQ in the lineup for that game. We need both of those guys. And then once we win that game, I'm cool with just losing for the rest of the season. But I ain't trying to lose 21 straight games because we have enough cushion now between us and Memphis where I don't need to worry about those odds so much anymore. Right? I'm pretty confident that the Raptors are going to keep executing the tank. We are already here. We are already here. You know? And if you've been listening to this channel, you know I don't like no tank mentality. I hate it. Absolutely hate it because you have nights like this where mans are getting drilled by 48. Is that good for your young players where you get drilled by 48? I don't think so. That's actually like soul crushing to lose multiple games this way. It's very bad. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole month of March, you got getting stomped out. And then April, no different. It stomped out even more worse in April. Gosh. Anyways, man, like I said, that's it for today. So if you made it to the end of this video, man, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. And if you're not subbed, what are you doing? Sub up, fam. Sub up. Helps with the algorithm. Push the like button. It's the one that has the thumbs up like that, yo. Hit that. Help the algorithm out. Help your boy out. And you know, share, family, friends, co-workers. I don't know. This podcast is kind of like, I know it's not like the usual ones or whatever, where like mans are digging into the stats and all. Like, what is there to dig into right now? Other than we holding L's and we need some dogs. Like, sometimes you gotta just keep it simple and straight to the point, yo. So, anyways, that's what it is, man. So, yeah, until next time, man, you know the flex. And it's me, guy.